Hello, and welcome to this live stream. We are starting with another exciting topic today, and it's bloating. Yes, bloating, it's a huge topic for most people. I would say probably 90% of people struggle with it, especially if you are just starting with a raw vegan diet and you're not used to all the fiber, all the volume of the food and all the water content. And this can be really overwhelming for your digestive system. So today I have exactly 9 tips for you how you can prevent bloating, or if you're already suffering, how you can improve it and basically get rid of it. But I have to say it's a process. You cannot expect to have results overnight. It's really a long process because your gut microbiome has to adjust. And this is what we are covering today. Okay, let's go straight into the topic. Many people think, okay, I'm starting a raw vegan diet, and then most people are so excited. Let's be honest. People either start a raw vegan diet because they are suffering with health issues, all kinds of health issues. This was exactly the reason why I started a raw vegan diet. And then other people do it just out of inspiration because they think, oh, it sounds good, it makes sense. I just do it for prevention, that I'm not suffering in my older years. But I would say most people do it out of desperation because they are just desperate and they are searching for answers and no doctors can help them. And then, of course, you are excited. Oh my God, this is the solution. And then you watch thousands of videos and YouTube videos and I don't know, you read books and everything sounds great and everything makes sense. And then you start and then nothing is good because everything is a mess. I have to tell you, this is quite normal. So don't freak out if you are bloated, if you have digestive issues in the beginning, if you feel like a balloon, like pregnant, and just don't give up. Don't give up. This is the first important thing. You don't give up. Because if you give up, what is the solution? There's no other way. You have to go through this process and your gut microbiome has to adjust. And once you're done, you're on the other side. You are in paradise and you can finally see all the results and have all the health benefits. But you have to be strong in the beginning. So my number 1 tip is food combining. So important. If you do not food combine properly, of course you are bloated. I don't know, I cannot stress it enough. It's so important. People mix all different kinds of fruits together. They mix fats and sweet fruits. They mix, sweet fruits and acid fruits. They mix vegetables with fruits. It's just a hot mess. And of course, if you mix too many things, your gut is overwhelmed. I talked about this many times before. And food combining, therefore, is so important. I will give you a short summary of food combining because this is a huge topic and we can make a whole nother live stream about food combining, which I will do in the future soon. But for today, I give you a brief summary. There are 3 categories of fruits, basically: sweet fruits, acid fruits, and sub-acid fruits. And if you mix sweet fruits with sub-acid fruits, it's fine. You can also mix acid fruits with sub-acid fruits, it's also fine. But if you mix sweet fruits and acid fruits, this will lead to bloating and you will not feel your best. My advice is to really stick to these rules. And of course, you have to know what fruits are in the category of sweet fruits and so on. But it's obvious because if you think of a banana, you know and you can taste that it's really sweet. Same with figs, for example. They literally taste like jam. Right now, in fig season, it's crazy. I'm addicted in a healthy way. And for example, mangoes, they can be something in between. Also grapes, you're not really sure if they are sub-acid or sweet because some grapes are really sweet, like super sweet, and other grapes are not that sweet, like these older varieties. Sometimes they have big seeds and they're a little bit bitter even. These can fit into the category of sub-acid, but sometimes they fit into the category of sweet. So you have to observe and decide. Each fruit is different, but there are so many fruits that are obvious. For example, like I said, bananas, figs, dates, obviously, sweet fruits, okay? What else? Jackfruit, durian, super sweet, also fatty. What else? Mame, sapote, maybe. Then sub-acid would be apples, pears, cherries. What else do we have? There's so many fruits. Plums, all the stone fruits. And then you have the acid fruits, obviously. Citrus, all kinds of citrus. Pineapple, kiwis, also berries. Berries are also acid fruits. So if you have this in your mind and if you are familiar with these categories, it should be already a big big advantage for you if you live accordingly to these rules. And then you should not mix fats with sweet fruits to a degree. So for example, I think I mentioned this example before, durian. Okay, durian is the perfect example. It grows in nature. Nature is not making any mistakes. So durian contains fat and sweet sugar, carbs. Okay, it is okay to mix a certain amount of fat with sweet fruits, with sugar. For example, if you have a big meal of bananas, a big banana ice cream or smoothie bowl or smoothie, and then you mix in like a tiny little amount of nuts or seeds or hemp seeds, for example, to make it just a little bit creamier, then it's basically like the durian in nature, just a little bit of fat with lots of carbs. And if you eat lots of carbs, just a tiny little bit of fat, it's okay, you should be good. But if you do it the other way around, if you have a big cake and it's basically almost only fat, cashews, seeds, nut butters, and then you mix it with a little bit of sweet fruit, sugar, then it would cause problems and you get bloated probably. So yeah, these are the simple rules. If you live accordingly, bloating should be really no issue anymore. So, but yeah, this is just one tip. You should do the other things as well. So my second tip is breaks in between meals. So please, please, please stop snacking. Some people, they just eat throughout the day, all the time. Every time I see them snacking. No, this is not a good idea, especially if you deal with bloating, because your digestive system needs a break. We all need a break sometimes. You cannot think that everyone can work 24/7, because we all need a break, and it's nothing different for your digestive system. It needs a break as well. Give it a break, and I recommend you don't eat for 4 or at least 4 hours, but 6 would be better. 6 hours in between meals, 4 to 6, let's say, and then your gut, your stomach, has a break to regenerate and just breathe, no food for a certain amount of time. And this is so helpful, I tell you. If you snack throughout the day, all day long, then it's hard to get rest and to calm your system down at one point. So it's really important. Okay, then the third tip is eat low fat. And when I say low fat, I actually mean the right amount of fat for humans, because it's only low fat compared to society, because all the people out there, the normal folks, they eat so much fat. It's incredible. You cannot even imagine. Like, think about it. Even for breakfast, most people start with a highly fatty meal. Eggs. They think it's protein, but it's actually fat, no matter what they eat. Bacon, bread with butter and cheese, and sandwiches, and even porridge with nut butter on top. It's so much fat, and it clogs their system right away. First thing in the morning, detox stops immediately. It's not a good idea. And if you then eat low fat, which is not even low, which is exactly adequate for human beings, then you think, oh my God, do I need more fat? It cannot be healthy. Where do I get my omega-3s from? And I need more fat, and it's important for healthy skin and for hormones. Yes, you need fat, but not in huge amounts. So if you really listen to my advice and keep the fat low, like adequate, it's not even low, it's normal. But like I said, it's only low compared to others, which is crazy how much they eat, how much fat, and how much in general. Yeah, but too much fat slows down your digestion, and if you eat fat with lots of sweet fruit, like I mentioned before, it can cause strong bloating, so don't do it. A low-fat raw vegan diet is really best, especially if you try to prevent bloating. Okay, now let's talk about water. That's my next tip. Do not drink water with meals. Why? Because you dilute the digestive juices. They get weaker, and therefore digestion will suffer, and it can lead to fermentation again in the gut. So I recommend you wait 1 hour after your meal until you start drinking again, and before you should stop drinking 20 to 30 minutes. At least. So this is a good amount of time to wait, and then you can start eating, and then it should be fine. But if you drink water or anything with your meals, not a good idea. And I remember when I was a child, we always had something to drink with our meals. Like for lunch, we always had apple juice with water, and if I imagine to drink so much with my meals today, I would suffer. Like, I don't know how I did it as a child, but it's crazy. And most people drink with their meals, even in restaurants. If you eat in restaurants, they always ask you, what do you want to drink? And then you order your drink, and then you order your meal, and then you drink with your meal, and then you order another drink and another drink. And You drink so much, and even sometimes alcohol with your meals, it's a hot mess. Oh my God. And this is considered normal. Everyone does it, but this doesn't mean that it's right. Only because everyone is doing it doesn't mean it's right. In most cases, it's the opposite. When you see something and everyone is doing it, you should probably do the opposite. That's my advice. Good advice, trust me. Okay, next tip is do not eat when you are stressed. So important. Do not eat when you're stressed. And I cannot stress this enough, because stress blocks your digestion as well. If you eat too fast, for example, if you're stressed, you eat fast. There's no way you calm down and be really aware what you're eating, and it's not possible. Then you feel nervous and emotional, and bloating is very likely. So take your time, breathe, eat calmly. And this also means to avoid distractions like phone, computer, radio while eating. I know it's hard. Most people cannot do it. I struggle as well, I have to admit, because my work day starts really early, and I go to ballet class and all my training and so on. And then when I come home from training, I want to start working, because I'm passionate about my work and I really enjoy my work, and I want to start connecting with my clients and so on. And this is almost always around lunchtime, and I have to eat at one point, but also want to start working immediately when I come home. So I do eat while working on the computer, and I should not do it, but yeah, we do our best. But I would never watch videos, YouTube videos, or even TV. I don't even have a TV. Or I would also not answer to comments or things that can really distract you. I would not do these things. What I do while eating is I just create thumbnails for my YouTube videos or something. I don't have to concentrate too much. I can still concentrate on my food and do this once in a while on the side. But the focus should really be on food if you eat, because otherwise, if you're stressed, if you're not in the right vibes, if you are not calm, you cannot digest. Because you can either digest or you can be stressed. Both is not happening. All these stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, they are really high, and if they are high, then you cannot digest food. It's not possible. So you have to decide either or. And when I'm stressed, I learned it, I don't eat. When I'm stressed, I don't eat, because I know I'm suffering afterwards, because I cannot digest, and then I end up with stomach pain, I'm bloated, and it's not cool. So if you know already you have a really stressful day, you cannot find a calm moment to eat, then I would recommend you either fast or just bring some juices, or maybe smoothies could be okay, but don't eat. Okay, my next tip is do not eat right before sleeping. Oh my God, this is also so important. And most people just eat right before bed, and this is so bad, because during sleep digestion is slower and even calms down completely. Because what's the point of sleep? You should regenerate. Your body is in a mode of regenerating, renewal, building new cells, okay? Also really important for athletes. If you want a good recovery, you have to sleep properly. And if you eat right before bed, there's no way you can recover properly. Your system is completely busy digesting food, which is not possible during sleep. You can either sleep, it's like the stressed thing. You can either be stressed or you can digest. You can either sleep properly or you can digest. You cannot do both at the same time. It's not possible. So gas will build up again, and then the food stays in the belly until the next morning. And then we have another big problem, because then what's in the next morning? Breakfast, of course. And then people think, oh, I'm doing good. I'm so healthy. I eat the raw vegan diet now. And I start with a fruit breakfast. I have mono meal of fruit for breakfast. And then they do not tolerate it at all. They get, again, bloated, nausea even sometimes. And then they tell me, oh my God, I don't tolerate fruit. No. That's not how it goes. You don't tolerate the undigested dinner, which is still in your stomach from the day before. So don't eat so late. I don't eat dinner. I don't eat dinner since 2010, I think. Yes, 10, 11, something like this. So many years ago, I stopped eating dinner just intuitively, because I realized first of all, I don't need the energy in the evening. I just go to bed. So why do I need to stuff my stomach before going to sleep? I don't need so much energy during sleep. I don't need any energy. I'm not active anymore. So why would I eat food and then do nothing. This never made any sense to me. And yeah, I just stopped eating dinner and I felt so much better right away. I slept better, like really crazy. So that's also another good tip. If you're struggling with sleep, insomnia, really try to skip dinner. Or you don't have to skip dinner. You can have 3 meals a day. You don't have to eat 2 meals a day like I do, but you can, just stop eating earlier. Have dinner earlier. That's a good advice. And then the next morning you will also feel better, lighter, and then you will also tolerate your fruit breakfast. Trust me, it works. So never blame the fruit. It's never the fault of fruit. Fruit is our species-specific diet. It's never the cause for any issue. So really think about what you're eating the day before. Then number 7, my tip number 7 is eat slowly and chew well, because digestion, I hate this word by the way, digestion starts in the mouth. We all know that. We are building enzymes in our saliva. So if you don't chew properly, it's already a lack of enzymes and you will not be able to digest your food as good. So the better you chew, the easier it is for your stomach and for your intestines. And this reduces bloating as well. So do not swallow big bites and please chew them well. I know some people say you should chew like 25 or 30 times. I would not recommend to stick to a certain number. Just chew well until you cannot anymore and then swallow it. But do it consciously and be aware what you're eating and don't just shuffle it down, and in the end you don't even remember what you ate. And for many people, I think this is the case. If you ask people, what did you eat today? Many people cannot remember, and I can tell you exactly what goes into my mouth, and you should really be aware of it. Yeah, so chew. Number 8, almost done here with all my tips. Number 8 tip is be patient. Yes, the microbiome needs time, and a lot of time. So your gut bacteria need to get used to all the fiber. Like I said in the beginning, raw food is so rich in fiber, and especially if you ate lots of meat before. Meat has 0 fiber. Imagine, 0 fiber. Nothing, nada, okay? No fiber. This is crazy, actually, if you think about it. Only plant material has fiber. So only if we eat plants we get fiber. And fiber is so important for your gut microbiome. Oh my gosh. If you eat a fiberless diet, you cannot survive. Like how? You have to have a healthy gut microbiome, and your gut microbiome is depending on fiber because that's their food, the food of the microbes. We discussed this in our last live stream, I think. Last week, we talked about the gut microbiome. So go back and watch this video if you haven't already. Anyways, it's so important you eat fiber. Humans cannot digest fiber, I know, but our microbes, they can. And therefore, a fiberless diet is a recipe for disaster because your gut microbiome will get weaker and weaker and weaker, and you cannot keep up the good bacteria. So it's a disaster. Be patient. You need time. You need to wait until the gut microbiome changes and the good bacteria build up again and they grow and they flourish. And this needs time. Time, patience. Patience and time, okay? Don't give up. Don't give up too early, because this is another thing I see people do all the time. They give up. They give up because they are desperate. They don't know what to do anymore because they can basically, no matter what they eat, they get so uncomfortable. They are so bloated. They feel horrible. And then they blame the fruit and the fiber-rich food, but it's not the issue. The issue is deep down in your gut because you're just not used to it, because you have destroyed your gut with all the bullshit you ate before. It's never our species-specific diet that causes the problems, okay? Please be aware of this fact. Yeah, so if you are patient, it will improve over time. It can last even like several years. To be honest, it can last like 6 to 7 years until you're completely fine. And if you give up, you will never reach the other side. So take this seriously and don't lose the trust and don't lose the patience. It will improve, trust me. Of course, 7 years is a long time. It's not for everyone like this. It really depends how your diet looked before, how you nourished your body before, what you ate in your childhood and so on. It really depends. And for some people, it can be really fast. They feel good after like a few months or 1 year, 2 years. And a juice fast can help. You can be so much faster with a healthy gut if you do a juice cleanse first, because then you can get rid of all the old material, all the old hardened stuff in there, old food. Then it's so much easier to digest and tolerate fruits and lots of fiber and water. Last tip for today is do not eat too much at once. I know this is a little bit confusing because I told you before you should not snack. And if you have too much meals, of course, you cannot wait between meals so long. So don't overdo it, of course, with too much meals. But if you struggle to eat large amounts, which is necessary on a raw vegan diet, you cannot expect to be full and satiated with 1, 2, or 3 bananas and 2 apples. No, you need adequate amounts to meet your calorie needs. So if you have a meal of, I don't know, a whole big papaya followed by a big bowl of salad, for some people this is too much. I can eat a lot, like a lot. Yeah, but in the beginning I also had to adjust my gut, and it's fast. It goes quickly because it's like a muscle and it can get bigger really fast, but you have to get used to it. This is the only thing you have to know. And if this is a problem for you right from the beginning, then you can, of course, just have smaller meals. Do this for a while, and when you're full and when you realize, oh, I'm actually full, I cannot eat anymore, then have one more bite, one more spoon, and then, okay, you're good. Next time you eat, okay, then you feel, oh, I'm full, I cannot eat anymore. Have one more bite and increase it over time, and then you will be able, sooner than you think, to have large, huge portions which fit your caloric needs. So yeah, just be patient again, and it will adjust, and you will be able to eat all these huge meals. Let's have a little conclusion. Bloating on a raw food diet is normal at first, don't freak out, but it doesn't have to stay forever. So if you work hard and if you implement all my tips, you don't even have to implement all the 9 tips I gave you. Maybe for some people it's enough to do food combining. Just do food combining properly, and maybe this is enough for you to get rid of bloating. Some people maybe only need to chew better, and then their bloating issues are gone. Like, it's really individual for everyone, but pick out the tips that resonate with you, and I think you also have the feeling what could be the issue in your case. Otherwise, you can also contact me and we can find it out and talk about it and find a solution for your unique situation. But yeah, this is the conclusion. Just be patient and you will feel better, lighter, more energy, of course, because if all the energy always goes to your digestion, then there's not much left for yourself. Yeah, most people don't think that the gut is so related to everything, to our brain, to our overall health, to our well-being, how we feel on a daily basis. If your gut is messed up, you are messed up. So there is a direct connection. So take it seriously and do these things, do these 9 steps. Let's sum up. First thing was food combining. Second thing was breaks in between meals. Third thing was low fat or just adequate fat. Then the fourth thing was don't drink with your meals. Number 5 was don't eat if you are stressed. Huge one. Number 6 is don't eat right before bed. Also so important. They are also important. But number 7, chew slowly, chew well. Number 8 is be patient and trust the process. Number 9 is don't eat too much at once. If you are struggling with huge portions, just break them down and have, for example, instead of 3 big meals, have 3 smaller meals and 2 snacks, for example. Like, yeah, just figure out what works for you. Okay, I hope this was helpful, you guys. I will see if there are some comments I can answer. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Sabrina ist dabei. Machst du es immer auf Englisch? Yes! She asked if I do the live streams in English and German. Yes, at 12 noon we always have our German live stream, and at 3 p.m. we always have our English live stream for the English people. So yeah, that's fun. Okay, see you next week with another exciting topic. Bye guys!